Hello, and welcome to the Tibetan Buddhist Society's virtual New Year Festival. So my name is Andrew, and I'll be leading you through today's meditation session. So today's meditation session will be focusing on developing bodhicitta. So bodhicitta, that is the mind that wishes to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. We'll be doing this through a meditation called equalizing and exchanging oneself with others. Now, this meditation was originally taught by the Buddha and has been passed down through the centuries by many of the great Dharma masters such as Manjushri, Nagarjuna, Shantideva, Atisha, and Tsongkhapa. So this type of meditation helps us to strengthen our love and compassion towards others, while simultaneously reducing our selfish thinking and actions, our self-cherishing tendencies. So when we stop fixating on our own problems and desires, and instead start thinking about others' happiness, we begin to feel more calm and relaxed. Our problems begin to seem smaller, and we feel more confident that they can be overcome. So the true power of this meditation lies in its unique method in developing a selfless mind. So it involves the extraordinary attitude of being willing to exchange one's own happiness for the suffering of others. So by training in this way, it will have a powerful transformative effect on our minds, and it will help us to eliminate the poison of selfish thinking while filling our minds with love and compassion for others. So the meditation on equalizing and exchanging oneself with others is a 5-stage meditation. So the first 4 stages will involve developing equanimity by considering yourself and others to be equal. We'll go through and analyze the advantages of exchanging oneself with others and some of the disadvantages of not doing so. And we'll reflect on the innate ability that we have to exchange ourselves for others. The 5th stage of the meditation is called taking and giving. In this meditation, we will visualize taking all the suffering of other sentient beings, all their poor conditions, disease, poor health, war, famine, and taking them and dissolving them into ourselves. Once we've done that, we will visualize giving all our good conditions, our happiness, prosperity, good friends, good conditions, giving them to others. Now, though this can't actually occur, there's nothing to worry about when you visualize taking in the suffering of illness and disease of others. You can't actually get sick. The point of the meditation is to train the mind. We want to develop such a heart, such a mind in which we are willing to take on the suffering of others, that we're willing to give away our happiness selflessly to others, all our good conditions. We're trying to destroy and eliminate the poison of self-cherishing and fill our heart with a mind that cherishes others first. Okay, so we'll begin the meditation. So to begin a meditation, we should first sit in a comfortable position. So for the traditional posture that we sit in is called a 7-point posture. You should sit cross-legged on the ground. If you find that's too uncomfortable, you can sit in a chair. The back should be straight and upright, not too stiff so your back gets really sore, just slightly bent, nice and comfortable. Shoulders relaxed, elbows off the rib cage, just slightly off the rib cage, relaxed. Head facing forward, slightly tilted down, not too far down or you'll get too sleepy, not too far up or you'll get agitated and won't be able to focus. Hands should rest in the middle of the lap, right hand on top of the left hand, resting like this, with thumbs meeting in the middle on the top and resting in the middle of your lap. Your eyes should be open slightly or closed if more comfortable, facing forward. Your mouth should be closed with your jaw relaxed and your tongue resting against the back of your front teeth. This will prevent saliva buildup. However you feel, just make sure it's comfortable. Whatever position you're in, the focus is your meditation, not how you're sitting. Okay, having adopted the posture, we can begin. So in Buddhist practice, It's traditional to set a correct motivation for your meditation practice. We can do this by thinking, may this meditation practice be a cause for myself and others to become more selfless, more loving and compassionate to others. May it relieve me of my stresses, tension, anxieties, and ultimately be a cause for myself and others for living a happy and peaceful life. So begin the meditation by withdrawing your attention from the outside world. For the duration of the meditation, try not to think about your memories of the past or any thoughts or problems of the future. Forget your work, school, studies, or any other problems you're facing. For the next half hour, make the determination to focus all your attention on this meditation practice, this present moment. So the first stage of the practice, we'll work to develop equanimity. We can do this by reflecting that just as I wish for happiness and wish only to be free of suffering, every single living being equally has this innate wish. All, without exception, want to be free of whatever suffering they're experiencing and wish for greater and greater happiness. Whether they're old or young, man or woman, human, non-human, all beings are equal to myself in that they all desire to be free from suffering. Every single being shares that wish. If 10 people contracted the same disease under the same circumstances, you would consider their problem and desire to be cured as equal. How could you discriminate? Like this, every living being has contracted the same disease of suffering. All want to be cured, and none are satisfied with the happiness they have. All beings want happiness, and to be free from suffering, without exception. The great meditator, Panchen Losang Chokye Gyaltsen, said, "No one desires even the slightest suffering, nor is ever content with the happiness he has. As there is no difference between myself and others, bless me to rejoice in the happiness of others." You can now focus on this realization that all living beings are equal in their desire for happiness and to be free from suffering. All sentient beings are equal in this way. We can now move to the second stage of the meditation by reflecting on the advantages of exchanging oneself with others. The greatest advantage of exchanging oneself with others is that all happiness and good conditions arise from the attitude of cherishing others. Whereas all the suffering and problems that arise in our lives and the lives of others arise from cherishing only oneself. We can see this by the following reasoning. Happiness and good conditions arise as a result of our positive karma. Positive karma arises from our positive states of mind, and our positive states of mind arise from the attitude of cherishing others, our love, our compassion, our ethics, generosity, and so on. The great Bodhisattva Shantideva said, "Whatever joy is in this world, all comes from desiring others to be happy." We can also see the advantages of cherishing others in the results of specific karmas. Wealth is a result of previous generosity. Beauty is a result of previous patience. Long life is a result of saving lives. status, from respect. Panchen Losing Choki Gyaltsen said, "The mind, cherishing mothers and securing them in bliss, is the gateway to infinite qualities. Seeing this, even should they rise up as my enemies, bless me to cherish them more than my life." Having reflected on the advantages of cherishing others, focus on that single pointedly. We now move to the third stage of the meditation, reflecting on the disadvantages of not exchanging. So the disadvantages of not exchanging self with others are the exact opposite of exchanging self with others. All suffering and problems arise from the selfish approach of cherishing oneself. Suffering and poor conditions are a result of negative karma. Negative karma arises from negative states of mind, and negative states of mind arise from the attitude of cherishing only oneself. Anger, jealousy, pride, attachment, miserliness, and so on. Shantideva said, "Whatever suffering there is in this world, all comes from desiring myself to be happy." We can also see the disadvantages of cherishing only oneself in the specific negative karmas. Short life and poor health is a result of previous killing. Poverty is the result of miserliness, wanting only things for yourself, the opposite of generosity. Fear is the result of malice. And lacking success is a result of attachment. To again quote the great Panchen Losing Chokyi Gyaltsen, the chronic disease of cherishing myself is the source giving rise to unwanted suffering. Perceiving this, bless me to blame, begrudge, and destroy this great demon of selfishness. Having reflected on the disadvantages of not exchanging oneself with others, we hold that realization single pointed. We now move to the fourth stage of the meditation, recognizing our ability to exchange self with others. So we should recognize that for countless lives, at least every moment of this life, you have been afflicted with the innate habitual tendency towards selfish concern. This selfish concern has driven us to kill, steal, lie, cheat, and so on. It has fed our attachment, our anger, jealousy, and all other delusions, so that we've remained bound and trapped in a constant cycle of suffering. Anxiety, anger, tension, pain, remorse. We now have a chance to exchange this poisonous, mind-altering drug that is self-cherishing for the nectar and bliss of cherishing others, which is the source of all worthwhile, good, happy conditions. Panchen Losang Chokyi Gyaltsen says, cherishing myself is the doorway to all downfalls, while cherishing mothers is the foundation of all good qualities. I seek your blessings to take as my essential practice the yoga of exchange of self for others. We now focus on this determination to exchange ourselves for others. We now begin the fifth stage of the meditation practice, taking and giving. First, we'll practice taking. So begin by visualizing yourself surrounded by all living beings, humans, animals, so on. For a short time, reflect on the sufferings that they experience. Aging, sickness, death, famine, plague, murder, torture, fear. Really try to feel and empathize with the suffering of all living beings. Just like you, they wish to be free of their suffering. They don't want a moment's suffering. Having seen all the ways in which sentient beings suffer, develop heartfelt compassion, a heartfelt wish to free them from that suffering. Then, as you breathe in slowly, feel that you are taking away the suffering of all living beings around you. Visualize that their suffering is drawn out of them in the form of black smoke, and that you take this into yourself by breathing it in through your nostrils. Breathing in black smoke, all the suffering of all sentient beings, freeing them of their suffering. And then as you do this, at your heart, visualize a rock, a stone in the shape of a ball, a tight rock. This is representative of your self-cherishing mind, your selfish thinking, actions. As you breathe in this smoke and all the suffering, it travels to the stone and destroys it completely, destroying all self-cherishing. With each in-breath, visualize that the stone is destroyed. Breathing in black smoke, destroying our self-cherishing. We feel the suffering of all living beings has been completely removed, and our self-cherishing is gone. we now move to the practice of giving. Now this time, as we breathe out, we feel we are giving away through our breath all our happiness, good conditions, long life, wealth, possessions, all our positivity, all our goodness. We visualize this in the form of white light, which emanates and dissolves into all living beings. All living beings, happiness and causes of happiness are fulfilled. Those who are hungry receive food. Those in war find peace. With every out-breath in the form of white light, all our happiness and good conditions dissolve into others. Breathing out, white light, all happiness, all conditions, to every single living being. We now feel that all beings have complete happiness and all the causes of happiness. And we focus on that feeling. To complete the meditation, we can dedicate the positivity and merit that we've accumulated from practicing in this way by thinking. May this meditation practice on the equalizing and exchanging of self for others be a cause for myself and all living beings to be free from suffering, all causes of suffering, to have all happiness, all causes of happiness, and ultimately attain enlightenment. You may now slowly open your eyes and conclude the meditation. So thank you very much for attending this meditation session, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the virtual festival. Thank you.